I'm here today to talk to you about the Go Direct EKG. This is a sensor that can record EKGs, but it can do a lot more than that. It can also record your heart rate at the same time, and you can even use it to record EMGs, or the electrical activity of a muscle. Now, it's called Go Direct for a reason. That's because it can go directly to any device. It can be used through a USB cable, to say like a computer or a Chromebook, or it can be used with wireless technology, Bluetooth, to go to a device like a Chromebook or an iPad or even a phone. One of the great things about using this device is it is wireless. That means I don't have to have a cable connected from it to the device to record an EKG. And that's great because it also makes the signal look a lot better the farther this box is away from any electrical devices. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to record an EKG. All I'm going to do is connect some electrodes to my body, one on the left, one on the right, and then I'm going to use another one as a reference. Now, how those are connected is right here on the label for the Go Direct EKG sensor. So I'll be able to just look at this and connect myself up to record EKGs. So I'm going to take an electrode tab, place one on the left, one on the right, and then use another one for a reference. Now I'm going to connect the red lead to the left, the green lead to the right, and the black lead is my reference. And you can see right here I don't have a cable connected to the device. I'm just going to place it right over here. So I've already launched the software, but I need to show you how to connect the sensor to it. So I'm going to go over here to Sensor Data Collection and Graphical Analysis 4 once I've started a new experiment. And it's going to show me the sensors that are available to connect wirelessly. So you see the EKG sensor right here. Now I'm going to connect to it. And now I can record EKGs. I just have to select Done. And now the file is all set up to collect. I'm just going to move the EKG sensor box a little bit farther away from the Chromebook, and then I'm going to sit very still while I hit the collect button. And there you have some very nice EKGs showing my P, QRS, and T waves. Now this sensor can do a lot more than just record EKGs. I can also use it to record heart rate. To record heart rate though, I need to tell it when I begin collecting data that I want the heart rate channel. I have to do that by selecting it from the sensor dialog box. So what I'm going to do now is create a new experiment and show you how to collect heart rate and EKGs at the same time. So I'm going to go to New Experiment, which is this little box right up here by where it says Untitled. I'm not going to save this data. And I'm just going to say Sensor Data Collection once again. And now, to set this experiment up, it's going to default to the EKG channel, but I want to add the heart rate. So I'm going to go down into the very, very bottom right corner where you can see this little thing that might look a little bit like a sensor. I'm going to click on it, and then I have to select right here where it says Sensor Channels. This is important. This is where it will show me how to do other things. So if I select Sensor Channels, you'll see that the EKG channel is selected by default, but I can add heart rate. Now when I hit Done, it will show me two graphs, one for EKG and one for heart rate. Now this file is still set up to only record for 3 seconds. That's not enough time to record your heart rate, so I'm going to increase the duration of this experiment. And I do that by selecting down here on the data collection box. So I'm going to make this experiment end after 10 seconds. I'm going to select Done. And now I can record EKGs and my heart rate. Now once again, I have to sit very still to get good EKGs. That also means I have to sit very still to get my heart rate calculated properly. So I'm going to hit collect and then I'm going to sit still. And there you have EKGs and heart rate being calculated at the same time. Now I can also use this sensor to record EMGs. EMGs are the electrical activity of a muscle. The easiest way to show you this would be to record from the electrical activity of my forearm. So I'm going to move some electrodes to my forearm, and then I'm going to change the channel settings so that we can record some EMGs really quickly. So let me just show you how to set things up on the computer with the channels. Once again, I'm just going to select New Experiment. I'm not going to save this data. I'm going to select Sensor Data Collection. And now I'm going to go once again down to the little sensor dialog box, this little button down here. And I'm once again going to select Sensor Channels. But this time I'm not going to select EKG and I'm not going to select heart rate. I'm going to select EMG and EMG rectified. Then I'm going to hit done. And now what I'm going to do is show you two channels. I want to show you what we call the raw EMG and then the rectified EMG. So I'm going to show two graphs. And then on the bottom graph, I'm going to say I want to see the rectified EMG. And then on the top graph, I just want to show the EMG. Now to show you good EMGs, I need to have an experiment that lasts a little bit longer than 3 seconds. So I'm going to change the duration to 10 seconds. I'm going to do that once again down here at the data collection box. I'm going to make the experiment end after 10 seconds. Now I'm just going to set up to record EMGs. So I'm going to take two electrode tabs, place one on my forearm, and another one on my forearm. And I'm just going to move the green and the red leads to be across that muscle. And then we'll be able to see electrical activity from this muscle as I clench my fist. Now I'm going to leave my arm here on the table relaxed so that we don't get a lot of noise. And I'm going to reach over and hit collect. And then we'll be able to see EMGs as I clench my fist. So I'm going to hit collect, clench, 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 clench. And there you have three really nice EMGs that correspond to me clenching my fist. Now what's great also is that if you look here, the EKG has both a negative and a positive signal. Down here, the rectified EMG, we have just taken that negative signal and made it positive. That's great for analysis because now you can just select or highlight that region and then go to the graph options box and I can select view integral to look at the area under that curve. And that's one of the best ways to actually analyze an EMG. If you have any more questions about the Go Direct EKG or for our complete solution for biology, visit our website.